So what's going on, guys? My name is MrDalekJD, and as you've seen from the title, there are some big updates coming soon to Cold War Zombies. It's a quiet period right now, but it's about to change. We're going to fill you in on everything, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. But if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss out on any more future news videos like this. And I'd like to know in the comment section right now, are you still regularly playing Outbreak, or are you bored of zombies and you're just waiting for that next DLC to drop? I'd love to know where you stand. Let's kick things off by what to expect as early as next week, with the mid-season update coming to Black Ops Cold War. As we are now 3 weeks into the new season, it's about that time that we get an update with new content that was promised in the roadmap for Season 2. For zombies, we've got a few things to look forward to. The first one being a brand new map being added into Outbreak, and this is Sanatorium. This is a map that was added in the mid-season update for Season 1, and it's a gorgeous map. It really reminds me of Blackout. It is a really big map as well, and this is definitely going to make Outbreak feel a lot more fresh, as there will be a brand new map to play on in that cycle of the 3 current maps. We know this is coming because on Friday, Treyarch tweeted out the Outbreak zone is about to get even bigger with a gif of the loading portal for this map. Now, what is interesting about this map is that there is water as well, which you can traverse around in by using jet skis and boats, so seeing that mechanic added into zombies is going to definitely shake things up a bit. But I really hope with this update we also get to see some new objectives added into Outbreak, just to mix things up a bit and keep us on our toes, because Outbreak has started out as a really good zombies mode, a great addition to the zombies experience that is going to be updated over time, as we know. I wouldn't get your hopes up about any other significant changes to this mode until Season 3. I didn't really speak too much about this at the time, but when Season 2 came out and YouTubers got to talk to Treyarch and ask questions about Outbreak, I was also part of that group, which was really cool, and I'm very, very grateful that Activision and Treyarch gave me that opportunity. And as you guys know, they dropped the bombshell that Season 3 is going to introduce a full-on Easter egg quest for Outbreak. The way Treyarch are treating Outbreak is they're going to see the community's response to it and to see what the community's needs and wants are from this mode, help them in what direction they want to take Outbreak and update it. My personal opinions is I really enjoy Outbreak. I love the gameplay and I love how different it is to traditional round-based zombies, but I feel at this point it does need another element to it besides just the main gameplay loop to keep people truly interested, and that's where an Easter egg quest would fit in really nicely. It is a real shame that we have to wait until Season 3 for a full-fledged Easter egg to be added into this mode, but with the addition of Sanatorium, there's a potential that we might even get a 5th map added into this before Season 3, and Treyarch also said on record that they plan to introduce new maps to Outbreak, which are completely new maps developed solely for Outbreak, not for Fireteam, which is incredibly exciting. But with the prospect of having to wait till Season 3 for an Easter egg quest, it's unfortunate, but I think it's very unlikely that we will see DLC 2 launch before this Outbreak Easter egg is added. I've been absolutely spoiled with zombies content in the last month and a bit, having Firebase Z drop at the start of February during Season 1, and originally it was planned to launch at the start of Season 2, and then getting Outbreak 3 weeks later. I just can't see it makes sense for them to drop DLC 2 next week without any other prior marketing, and then 3 weeks later drop the Outbreak main Easter egg. I think cadence of huge zombies DLC drops like we've seen recently are going to slow down a little bit, and whatever narrative stuff happens in the Outbreak Easter egg quest is going to fuel the storyline going into the Berlin map for DLC 2. Speaking of DLC 2, what is it and when should we expect it? Well, we know that DLC 2 is going to be set in Berlin, and we know that via some in-game intel that talks about Dr. Valentina traveling to East Berlin to meet a secret contact. Now, I've already covered this in a video a few weeks ago, and a lot of the community has been talking about this idea, and it sounds incredibly awesome. There is a huge plot twist coming in DLC 2 where Dr. Valentina is going to betray Omega Group. She already is, by trying to resurrect the German army that were destroyed at the end of the Second World War. She's going to resurrect them. Looking through intels from the release of Cold War up to now, we've not really realized it, but that's what she's been planning all along. She's been stealing intel and technology from different members of Omega Group to help her achieve this goal. It's also really interesting combining what we know so far about DLC 2 and then looking at what's going on in Warzone right now, where zombies are taking over different parts of the Verdansk map. That's obviously tying into a massive event which is going to destroy Verdansk, but all those zombies are German zombies. And what's more interesting is the different varieties that we're seeing here. It's obviously tied to Cold War zombies and that storyline somehow, but it's the fact that it is dead German zombies, which we see just like in Die Machine and we expect to see in this Berlin map. But there's some incredibly weird variants of zombies that we've not actually seen yet in Cold War zombies that we could see further down the line, such as these EMP zombies, as well as these Nova gas zombies and these weird explosive zombies. Now, with everything we've discussed about the Outbreak Easter egg coming in Season 3, it's likely that we'll see this DLC 2 map launch in the mid-season update for Season 3, which is a long time away. Season 3 isn't set to launch for another 30 days or so, so we're looking at the 3rd to 4th week of April, and then add another 3 weeks onto them. We're looking at the middle of May for our next zombies map. But going back to what the Treyarch devs said in that roundtable discussion, it made it almost seem like they want to use Outbreak as a continuation of the story in between each main zombies DLC release. So we'll see that Outbreak Easter egg, and then we'll get our DLC 2 map with our Easter egg, and then at some point they'll update Outbreak again with perhaps a new additional Easter egg quest or just something entirely different that continues the story on and progresses it in the meantime whilst we're waiting for the 3rd and 4th DLC. And why this is such a good idea is, again, going back to the fact that Treyarch are planning to add more maps into Outbreak that are not Fireteam specific, that were made just for Outbreak, meaning that we have a lot more maps overall that we can play in zombies than we've ever had before. And with these maps being specific for Outbreak, we can start to look at the idea of them potentially bringing back previously unremastered maps. Like, I mean, just think about the idea of Transit being in Outbreak. Craig Houston on the call literally described Transit as almost like their first attempt at Outbreak, almost like prototype version of Outbreak, and it would be truly amazing to see Transit fulfill its original design and everything they wanted to do with that map in a mode like Outbreak. It would be absolutely incredible. All of those maps now exist in the Dark Aether, so there's no reason why we couldn't revisit those maps whilst we are in the Dark Aether. Just imagine how incredible that would be. But overall, Outbreak is an incredible addition because it solves an issue which Treyarch has had with zombie seasons ever since Black Ops 1, and that's the waiting period between each DLC. Some years we've waited 3 to 4 months for a new zombies map to drop, but something tells me this just isn't going to be as much of a problem with Black Ops Cold War. On top of other things to expect with Season 3 beyond just the Outbreak Easter egg, we'll also be seeing a new perk introduced into zombies because there are still 3 perks yet to be added in, and we'll also see new weapons. We've already seen the crossbow leak a little bit ahead of the update next week, but we also know there is a new sniper being added into the game as well. Going back to the storyline talking about Dr. Valentina and her secret contact, they are a male and they speak German, which has caused some of the community, including myself, to lean towards potentially this being the introduction of Eddie. Craig Houston even went on record on an interview with IGN India where he spoke about Richtofen returning at some point to the storyline, and it's not going to be a rewriting of his story. Much like how Samantha's story wasn't a rewrite, it was simply continuing it on from that ending of Tage der Toten as children, we are going to be seeing Eddie Richtofen at some point. It's just inevitable. There is a good chance with this Berlin map that this will be the setting where we'll be reintroduced to him. Following on with how Samantha's been treated so far in Cold War and Warzone, we might even see him as a playable operator. I would have thought 6 months ago that we would all be playing as Samantha Maxis as an adult in Warzone and Cold War. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but now it's completely normal. Yeah, next week is going to be interesting with that mid-season update. I'm sure leading up to that day, which is going to be Tuesday or Thursday, we're going to have a few more teasers from Treyarch and some official announcements on what's coming for zombies. It doesn't seem that Treyarch are going to completely blow our expectations away and surprise us with a new DLC map next week. There is a good chance that they might start talking about what's to come in zombies, especially in terms of the Outbreak main Easter egg quest, perhaps some narrative information. I can definitely see that once this Outbreak Easter egg is added into the game at the start of Season 3, Treyarch are going to be very quick to start teasing about what is coming with this Berlin map. I'd love to know in the comment section, where do you stand so far with Cold War Zombies? Are you still loving it? Are you still addicted to it? Or are you just waiting for that next big update to come? Because don't worry, big updates are on the horizon, but we might have to wait a little longer than you previously expected. But if we do hear any new news, information, and updates, I'll be sure to update you guys here on the channel. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like rating. It really helps out the channel. And in the coming days and weeks, if you are thinking about buying anything that appears in the Cold War or Warzone store, you can always use code Dalek to support me for free, and it'd be absolutely amazing. And I'll shout you out just like you're seeing some of these awesome people here at the end of the video. But thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.